Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be doing a video on how to ride a motorcycle for the very first time. And we're going to be taking the epic Yamaha R6. And here's some of the things we're going to cover. And we're going to do it in first person mode as we get on the motorcycle. We're going to cover shifting, braking, counter steering. In fact, this is going to be a great video to learn all those things. And then, of course, I strongly recommend that you go to the MSF course, the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course. Now, I have never crashed. I've tipped the bike over at the gas station and things like that. I have never crashed. So, as a Christian motorcycle rider, I really do love you guys out there and gals riding around. We want you to have a blast. It's been said that 4 wheels moves the body and 2 moves the soul. So, I don't know if you can see this, but it says 1, then N for neutral, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, let's talk about shifting first, and then braking, and then we're going to get on the motorcycle and ride, and I'll show you what all the gauges mean. You really are going to like this video, I promise it. And I'm going to show you this piece of paper up here. I'm going to show you how to get the best gear that you possibly can have, especially if you're riding a motorcycle, for free. That's right. So let's talk about the shifting pattern first. Now, this camera, I'm going to adjust it when I get on the bike to where it's pointing up more, because when I lean forward when I ride, you won't see anything but the gas tank. So hopefully I remember to do just that. Your heel goes here, your toe goes here. What a lot of people don't understand when you're shifting is, how the heck do you shift? You know, because there's no gear shift lever. Well, imagine these are steps on a ladder here. Just like how it said first neutral, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is first neutral, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you're kicking up here with your toe, you're going up to neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You put your foot on top and you tap down. We're going to say tap, not kick, because you're not really kicking real hard. You're just tapping. You're going to go from 6 to 5, 4, 3, 2, neutral, 1. Now, you notice there's a weird gear change there. First, neutral, second. That's weird, isn't it? So, right now the bike's in neutral. If I kick down, I'm going to the left here, see where it says 1, I'll be in first. If I kick up, I'll be in second. So, you have to pass through those gears to get up to 6. So if I'm in first on a car, you know how you can really wind it out in first and then just go to 5th? You can't do that on a motorcycle. You're in first and then you're going to tap up and you can go to 2nd. And we're going to show you how to do that. It's not as easy as just tapping up. You're going to be pulling the clutch lever in, tapping, and then releasing the clutch lever. Let's go to the other side. So over here we have braking. So when you're on a Japanese motorcycle bike, the right side of the bike tends to be braking, front brake, rear brake. The left side, if you're sitting on the bike, tends to be shifting. And of course, here's the throttle. So we'll say the right side's the throttle, like giving it more juice, and then front brake, rear brake. Front brake right here. We're going to talk about how to properly brake. You don't just pull the gear back, the gear lever, the brake lever back. You're going to pull it back in a certain method. I'll talk to you about that. Now, over here on the Yamaha R6, you have like a oil dipstick right here you can take out. We won't do that right now. This is where you put the oil in. But here's how your foot is going to be. You are going to have your foot like this with your toe here, and you're going to push down with your toe for the rear brake over here. You're just going to pull back here on this lever for the front brake. Okay, now when you synergistically do the front and the rear at the same time, it really has great stopping power. Here we have the foot pegs for the passenger, and let's get on it and let's begin. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through what all these levers mean, and then we're going to actually ride. Let's make sure just real quick that we're still recording. Wonderful. Now, this is the throttle. Oh, by the way, let's adjust this right here. Remember I told you I got to remember to adjust it? Let's adjust this a little bit. This is the throttle. The front brake, we'll talk about that. This is like the brake reservoir fluid, sock that I put on this reservoir container. This is the ignition switch. We're going to turn that in a moment. This is the brights. You click this up for the brights. This is the turn signal. This is the horn. And this is the kill switch here. If you get in trouble and you tip the bike over, you crash, and your bike's still running on its side, click this to stop it. If you're riding and a cable breaks or something like that happens, your bike's going out of control, push here to stop it. See how it's like a rocker switch? This right here is the wonderful, epic start button. Now, I am a Christian rider, so I'm going to talk to you about some free gear you can get, and then we're going to ride. Check this out. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. And we're going to talk about this armor, how you can get it for free. And having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet, knocking on the helmet, of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. I'm going to talk about an atheist friend I had that was a motorcycle rider, and he crashed and died. We get to that moment. All right. So notice we flip it, and we're going to start it up. We're running at 179 Fahrenheit. Let's adjust this. Let's see. What do you think? How's that view? Maybe a little up more. I think we're okay right there. What do you think? All right. Now, when you first start out, you're going to pull the clutch in. Remember what I showed you with the pin. You're going to pull the clutch lever in. You're going to tap down here with your toe. See this light? And I would put this on full screen. It makes it a lot easier. So you see this light right here? We're in neutral. Tap down with the clutch lever in. We're still in neutral. This right here shows we're in neutral. Slowly letting the clutch lever out. And now watch. Clutch lever's all the way out. Clutch lever's back in. Squeezing the front brake with the clutch lever in. See how we can stay in gear. And let's put it back in neutral because I want to tell you something. So now I was in first. I tapped up to neutral. Just a slight tap. Okay? Now, if you're in first and you just tap up with your toe, like without stopping, not a slight tap, but like just all the way up, you'll hit metal. You'll feel metal on your toe that you're hitting something, and you're in second gear. After these cars, we're going to go. Now, we're going to talk about counter steering in a moment. You must know counter steering or you will crash and burn. So, I'm going to take you through all the gears, okay? Here's the sequence. When I want to go into gear and switch gears, I pull the clutch lever in, I kick up or down one tap, then once I'm in the gear, I release the clutch lever. So let's say I'm in third, I want to go up to fourth, I pull the clutch lever in, tap up with my toe over here on the left, I'm in fourth, release. It all happens within like a second, like that. Here we go, watch. First gear. First we're going to do it slow, and then I'll give you some good speeds. Slowly give it throttle while you're letting the left clutch lever out. So see how we are in first. Now we have a red light, so watch this. I'm staying in first, I'm just kind of coasting. We're going to close the visor because it's going to get loud. Now, notice, still in first. If I want to stop, keep it in first, clutch lever in, slowly squeezing the brake on the right. We're going to talk about how you brake. You basically squeeze it slow like an orange. You don't do any jerky movements. Notice I have the clutch lever in, I'm still in first. It always helps to look at the light over there. It's green. If you get tired of holding it, watch. Tap up slightly, I'm back in neutral. I'm not even in gear. Now it's going to change, so watch. First, we're going to go through all the gears, watch. We're going to do it slow first. Slowly let the clutch lever out. Once you're in gear, everything else is easy. Release throttle on the right, clutch lever in, kick up to second, release clutch lever, roll back onto throttle. We're in second. We're not really driving it like we should yet. I'm going slow for the beginners. Now watch. Let's say you want to go in third, release throttle, clutch lever in, kick up to third, release the clutch lever here. Now we're in third. The next time we get it to stop, we're going to go through it real fast. Now we're in third, watch the tack. This thing, watch, when it hits over 6,000. Let's go with the fourth. Now, you can go up and down the gears that way. We're in fourth. Notice it's not really winding out. I can go all the way to like 16,000 RPMs here. We're only at like 5,000. So let's see, it's green. We're going to give it throttle. We'll stay in fourth. Let's say I want to go up to fifth, release throttle, clutch in, kick up to fifth, release the clutch lever. Now we're in red. We're at a red light. Watch. So I'll stay in fifth. We'll just stay in fifth. See, we're going to roll through. Goes all the way up to sixth. We're going to show you some advanced counter steering. Counter steering is a trip where you basically give pressure to the motorcycle handlebars in the opposite direction, and it'll lean it. So for example, I'm in fifth now, so let's kind of coast here. If I want to go to the left, I'm going around a fast corner and it's curving to the left. What I'll do is I'll apply pressure on this left handlebar forward, okay? And as I'm doing that, I'm manipulating the handlebars to the right, actually. Just a slight, where you can't even tell, just a bare pressure. Slightly pulling back towards me on the right and pushing forward on the left. If I'm going around a corner that's turning to the left, what it will do, it will basically force my bike into this lean, and I'll go around the corner, okay? And of course your body's like leaning with it. So now watch how we come to a stop. It's like a plane coming down for landing. Notice we're in fifth gear. I'm coasting. You watch the tack. You don't want it to get too low. Now I'm in third gear. Wait a minute. We might make this. Well, actually, I'm in fourth gear. We're going to take it. That'll great. So we'll. All right. So let's show you counter steering. We're going to get on it. We're in third gear. Going up to fourth. Now watch this. I'm going to push forward on this handlebar and pull back slightly on the right. Here we go. Of course, this guy's moping along. Watch how I do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, not too much counter steering because this guy was going too slow. Don't worry, I'll show you. So once you've got the knack of getting the bike moving and getting it stopping, then you'll get to the advanced stuff of counter steering, which we'll show you. Now we're going to show you freeway riding. Now the fighter pilots have a saying. Let's go up a gear. We really don't need to. Let's get it up on the tack a little. The fighter pilots have a saying that speed is life. And in the mean, evil freeways that I ride in California, they'll go 80 or 90 on this freeway. And when you're a new rider and you've got these big, giant vehicles of metal around you, it's something to behold. So now notice I tapped all the way down to neutral. I like to do that. See that? And what I'll do when you're a new rider, you just kind of wait as you see the lights getting ready to change. And then you get on it. Okay, so watch, it's getting ready to change. Clutch in. I'm in first. I tap down to first, but I keep the clutch lever there. I'm going to simultaneously release the clutch lever while giving it throttle on the right over here. We're already in first. Now we're in second. Okay, we want to go up to third. What do? Release throttle, clutch lever in, kick up to third, release clutch lever. We'll go up to fourth, release throttle, clutch lever in, kick up to fourth, release clutch lever. So now I'm going to take you on the freeway, and then I'm going to take you on some high-speed counter steering. Okay? And let's see which way we're going to go here. Is it left or it's left? Watch this braking. Downshift. Again. Watch. Downshift. Downshift. And let me tap up a little bit. See how I went into first inadvertently? I tapped down too much. So we're going to get on the freeway on the left, and I'll show you some high-speed freeway riding. Release throttle, kick up to, clutch lever in, kick up to second. So I got to get in front of this vehicle here because we're going to go left and get on the freeway. Now remember, when you get on the freeway, I like to be going slightly faster at all times than the flow of traffic. I have to get over on the left side, so here we go. Now we're getting on the freeway, so we're in second. Show you some stuff. Not to be all melodramatic, but when you first get on the freeway, especially if you have a weak motorcycle, it is very intimidating if you're in California. So notice I'm in second. I want to go neutral, clutch lever in, a slight tap down. Notice the light next to the tachometer on the top left corner. It's on. So now we are going to go on the freeway. And so I'm going to give it, some good speed, and we're going to go through the gears all the way up to 6, okay? So here we go. We're in first. So let's let it get to 6,000 or more. So you see how the traffic's pretty quick. Some of you may notice this letter U here. That's telling me to shift for like fuel economy. But notice we're in 5th gear, and if you got that tack kind of where it's at now, strong wind just blew me. You can really just pull back and see how we're gone. I don't want to get too close to this dude. Let's go up to 6. So let's go around here. I'll show you some stuff. So what I like to do, I don't like to be directly behind the vehicles. It's just me. Everyone has their own way they ride. I don't like to be directly behind them, because if they jam on the, like this right here, I'm just going to look at all this stuff. Like if they jam on the brakes or there's stuff, you can't see it. Let's punch through. Look at this dude on the left. Oh, he's getting off where I'm getting off. So we got a motorcycle rider behind us. So notice, we're going to be coming to a stop. You don't want to be flying off the freeway. You'll see the guy on our right. So what I'll do is, I'm still in 6th, but I'll hit it down to 5th right now. And then notice we're still going. Now we got the, let's go over here. We got the red motorcycle to our right, motorcycle in front. How you doing, brother? And so then now we're back to neutral. So that was pretty quick from one exit to the other. Now, while we're waiting here, you see how we did that to shift? Let's go through it together. You're in gear. Let's just pretend you're in 4th gear. You want to go up to 5th. Release the throttle, step 1. Step 2, down here on the left, you're going to kick into the gear you want. Once you're in gear, release the throttle, step 1. Step 2, pull the clutch lever in and hold it, like this, hold it. Kick into the gear you want. Once you're in gear, release the clutch lever. You follow me? Let's go through it again. Release the throttle, pull the clutch lever in, kick into the gear you want. Once you're in gear, release the clutch lever here and roll back onto throttle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some extreme high-speed counter steering. I want to show you counter steering because that's where you see people crash, okay? There's a YouTube channel you should check out where they get a collection of GoPro videos like what you're watching now, and they upload accidents that have happened to motorcycle riders and or close calls. And you learn a lot from that YouTube channel. It's called Moto Madness. MOTOMADNESS. Are you going to go which? A couple of my videos have been there, close call ones. All right, so you notice when you're on the streets, you're going to be doing a lot of shifting. Notice we're in 3rd. I don't know if you can see that. So what I'll do, I'm coasting now. Now I'm applying front and rear brake. Shift down to 2nd, and now I'll shift to neutral. Okay, let's talk about something very important. Notice when I'm stopping, you keep the handlebars straight. If your handlebars are straight, your wheel is straight. If your handlebars are crooked, your wheel is going to be crooked. And I've been at traffic lights, and a motorcycle rider comes up behind me and just crashes right next to me. I'm like, what the heck? Well, what happened, let me show you, watch my handlebars. When they come to a stop, for some reason they get kind of lazy and they put the handlebars like that. Well, then the wheel's crooked down here, and when you brake, all the weight shifts, because if you have the motorcycle tire like this and you brake, notice all the weight is perfectly distributed and held up on the tire. But if you're like this, now you're getting a little wobbly. When you come to a stop, you can crash. If you can keep the handlebar straight, this is a major key to not crashing when you're coming to a stop. All right. First gear, release throttle, clutch in, kick up to second, release clutch lever, we're now in second. Release throttle, clutch lever in, kick up to third, release clutch lever, notice we're now in third. If you notice our temperature, we're at 205 because it is pretty hot right now in Southern California. Let me see something here. Watch this, we'll go down to second. Notice I'm just not even braking, I just went down to second. This is lane splitting, it's legal in California, howbeit not for the faint of heart. So I'll kick up to second because I'm still kind of going. Let's go through here. Third. Now notice as we get an air in, we're down to 199. So here comes, I want to show you how we stop, okay? And then we're coming up to our counter steering lesson. Notice, handlebar straight, front and brake on, downshifting at the same time. Downshift, downshift, now I'm in neutral. Lot of shifting. Notice I'm back into gear. Alright, first. Second. See if we can catch that light up there. Third. This is where we get into high speed up here. Alright, let's talk to you a little bit about counter steering. Okay? If I'm going to a sharp corner to my left, I'm going to push forward slightly. I'm going to apply pressure. Let's say it like that. Here's a motorcycle rider here. So we'll see how he does it. See right here, kind of right there? He's on a big giant boat of a motorcycle. So if I'm going around to a sharp corner to my left, which we're going to be up here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply pressure to the left handlebar here, forward. And maybe pulling back a little on the right, depending how sharp that corner is. So we're going to get up here. Here we go. See the mountains we're going to be going through here. Motorcycle guy is not going where we're going, but that's fine. Because those big ones they don't go too fast through these mountain areas. So we're going to go first so we can take the pole position. I could show you. I'm in neutral. Now I kick down to first. Notice handlebars straight. Okay, now watch. We're going to have, we're going up in the mountains and we're going to have like a sharp corner going to the left. And we'll get on it. Actually, notice it's going to our right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push forward on the left handlebar just a little. It's not even pushing, it's like a pressure, and pull back on the right. Ah, we got the dreaded red light. That's okay. We're still going to do it. See where that truck's going? It's okay. We won't have anyone in front of us, so I'll be able to show you. So we're going to hit this at a good clip. It says 55 miles per hour. That's a good speed. It's not like a little 35. And so what we're going to do is pull back towards us on the left. And that's going to lean the bike to the right. Here we go. All right, we'll do it in third. On two, 1, 2, pulling back on the left handlebar. See that? Let's go up a gear. Just slightly pulling back on the left handlebar. Going up another gear. Now we're going to have one to the left. What are we going to do? We're going to pull back on the right handlebar while slightly pushing forward on the left. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pulling back on the right handlebar. Notice how it manipulates the weight. And we're getting the red here. Coming to a stop, downshifting to 5th, brakes are not on yet. I'm going to predict that this light turns green, so I'll downshift to fourth. Brakes are not on yet. Roll on to fourth here. Let's get to 65. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go through the gears with you in a rapid fashion, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm going to do is we're going to turn around to go do the counter steering lesson one unmas time. And I'm going to go through the gear shift in a rapid fashion. Okay, here we go. Lots of sand here. Okay, so I'm in first, but I have the neutral, I have the clutch lever in. Now I'm giving it throttle. This light's going to catch me, so I'm not going to try. Notice we're in second, we're in third. We'll do a brake lesson here. So see how it's green? Okay, we're going to come up to it, and maybe not. Maybe not. Nice. Fourth. Let's go up to fifth now. And then we'll go up to sixth after this light. All right, here goes our counter steering. You got it? On 2, I'm going to pull back on the left handlebar. We got to hit it at a good clip. Ready? 1, 2. Pulling back on the left handlebar. Notice how it throws me into the lean. Now we're going to pull back on the right handlebar on 2. Watch the dotted dashed line here. 1, 2. See how you do that? Now, you're going at a good clip, and you're going to come down here and come to a stop. All bikes are different. You'll notice some bikes, the motors are really tight. Like this one, I'm kind of like still in 6. And so notice traffic slowing. So you don't even have to brake. We'll just watch. I'll go down to 5th. I will release the throttle. Drop it to 5th here. If you want to ride and you want to get a motorcycle, if I can give you a tip, do not choose a motorcycle based on what others are telling you. Of course, I'm telling you this. Let's do some counter steering over here. Get a motorcycle based on where you're going to ride it. So if you're going to be doing freeways and streets like I do, the Yamaha R6 is epic. There are going to be some guys saying, do not get the Yamaha R6 because you'll kill yourself because it's a street legal race bike. As long as you're normal in your mental capacity and you're a safe rider, I have no problem with someone getting an R6. I know all types of people that started on an R6. It's not the recommended bike you want to start on, but let's say your dad or your uncle is selling it to you real cheap. How you doing, brother? All right, so we're going to do counter steering here. This is a high speed. I'm spending some time on counter steering because that's the main thing. People are going around a corner and they're trying to turn it like a bicycle, and you're not going to be able to turn it at these high speeds. The bikes are hundreds of pounds. This one's not too heavy. And so you have to manipulate the motorcycle into the corner. All right, let's go. We're going to have a corner to the right. Excuse me. You know, if you're going to be riding, oh wait, here we go. Watch this. On 2, I'm going to pull back on the handlebar on my left towards me. 1, 2. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, we're in 4th gear. I'm going to predict the light changes, hopefully. Come on, nice. See? You'll get good at it where you're not having to shift so much. All right, we got another counter steering to our left. On 2, I'm going to pull back on the, turn red, darn it. And notice the motorcycle is at a comfortable 182 Fahrenheit. So get a motorcycle based on where you're going to ride it. If you have a windy area that you live in, like very windy, and let's say you're a skinny rider, the Suzuki Katana is a cheap, heavy motorcycle that's good for a windy area. If you live up in the mountains and you want something to go through the twisties and you're a new rider, the Ninja 300, better yet Ninja 400 or Yamaha R3. Now I'm going to warn you, you're going to outgrow those bikes real quick. I think people, if they get a 600, that will not outgrow you. There's different 600s. There's like the Suzuki SV1000. I had one of those. It's a wonderful motorcycle. They're V-twin, and so they're not really like explosive like this one. This one, watch how it's slow and then it kicks in. Watch here, wait for it. Here it goes. Once you hit past that 6,000 RPM, something about the R6 that does that. The R6 is not dangerous below 6,000 RPMs, and then all of a sudden, we'll do it again right here. I'm going to show you, all of a sudden it kicks in after, I'll go through the tack with you, after around 6,000 RPM. But it's just a wonderful motorcycle for how light it is. I mean, it's just really good. Okay, watch. First. Second. I'm going to go to the right here so I can show you this. Let all these cars go. Okay. So what's interesting about the Yamaha R6 is, see how it's pretty safe right now. You're going along, all right, it's not really high powered, and then watch, almost to 6,000, and then it hits it, and then it tries to rip your arms off. So we're going to do it on this launch pad right here. I just want to show you, it's just an interesting phenomenon when you're riding it. So I'm going to downshift a second, and we'll let that guy get some space in front of us. No one's coming. All right, you ready? So watch this. Right around 2nd or 3rd gear, watch when I hit the 6,000 mark. I'm not even really going to get on it because it'll pass too fast. But you'll see as soon as it hits 6,000, it kicks in. Okay, watch. Or a little over 6,000. Okay, here we go. First and second, pretty gutless. Now, right around 2nd, you'll see it does maybe kick in a little. Watch. There we go. See it? Now 3rd, because we're over 6,000, watch. It just, the get up and go is phenomenal. And just the lightness of the bike. So if you're going to be going on freeways and streets and stuff, the Yamaha R6 is epic. I always say whenever I get a new bike, oh, this is my favorite bike, but this really is my favorite motorcycle. I've had a Z1000, I've had a R1, but the R1 just seemed heavier to me. I had Katana, a little Ninja 250, SV1000, And I don't think you're going to be disappointed with the R6. Alright, we're going to get ready to turn around here. Now, I do reviews of motorcycles. If you want to see these reviews, you can look underneath this video in the description box, and I've done reviews on other motorcycles which I think you would really enjoy. Alright, let's watch it again. Look at that. That's in first. Second. And now we're in fifth. Alright, let's practice our stopping. We're in fifth. We'll go up to sixth just so I can take you through the gears. So I'm not braking, but what I do is I downshift first, then I start braking. So as I'm starting to come up to the stop sign, I try to time it right. There it is. I'll go to fifth, go to fourth. Now I'm starting to brake with front and rear. Go to third, go to second. I'll go right to first. I won't even put my foot down, notice. Keep those handlebars straight so you can balance. So God bless you guys. Remember, always ride with the full armor. Have a great week.